Hola amigos, welcome to my vlog. If you haven't been here before, my name is Emma Bennet and I write contemporary romance novels and children's picture books. Today is Sunday the 30th of October. We are having our Halloween a day early because one of our boys is going off on an adventure holiday tomorrow and we didn't want him to miss Halloween. So it's all a bit bonkers here today. We're going to be packing for him. Another one of my boys has got a Halloween party to go to this afternoon. We've been pumpkin carving. We're making pumpkin soup. We are roasting some pumpkin seeds. Then we've got like a special supper to make for tonight. We're going to be going to the woods because we always do that on Halloween in the dark and kind of play hide and seek and daft things like that. We've got Halloween movies to watch. There is so much going on today, but I also need to film for you guys and I need to do my final kind of planning for NaNoWriMo, which is just a couple of days away. I can't believe how quickly October has gone. I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. I am nowhere near ready, but I'm not really going to be able to do any writing today, but I did just kind of want to check that I had everything that I would need, and I wanted to have a chat with you guys about some of the kind of self-care things that I'm going to be doing and little treats that I'm going to make sure that I give myself during NaNoWriMo month to keep my spirits up. So I'm going to get back to cooking and stuff now, but I will check in again with you later. What you guys, I'm back. It has been quite the morning. So I've got my list here of everything that I needed to do today. We do a lot on Halloween, we really do. And every year it comes as a huge surprise when we're doing Halloween and I suddenly realise how much we actually need to fit into very few hours, especially because a lot of it we like to do once it's got dark. But I've cooked up all the apples that I needed to. We've got neighbours with apple trees and a lot of people locally have got apple trees, and so we've been given loads of apples, which is lovely, but I've been putting off cooking them up. But my youngest gave me a hand with that, so that's all cooked up here. I need to decant that into a couple of freezer trays, get that in the freezer, and then we'll have apple crumbles with that. So yeah, that has been done. We can tick that off. Youngest has been delivered to the Halloween party. He looked like he was going to be having an amazing time. I was very, very jealous. The pumpkins have been carved. They look amazing. I'll take some pictures later and I'll make sure that I add one into this video because they're pretty good this year, pretty top quality. Right, the pork belly. So the recipe that I'm doing is called pork adobo, and it was something that just came up on Facebook a while ago and I thought it looked really nice, so we cooked it and it was absolutely delicious. It's really easy, but it does take quite a long time to do just because it needs to marinate for quite a while. So it's so easy. It's pork belly and some vinegar and sugar, soy sauce, loads of garlic, some bay leaves and some water, and then you have coriander to garnish. So basically it just marinates for ages and ages and ages, and then you add some you add the water to it and you cook it for kind of an hour and a half, and that's it. It's so easy and completely delicious. So that's been marinating for about 3 hours now. So I think I'm going to get that cooked up when I've finished chatting to you, and then we can just reheat it again when we get back, because we're going to go pick up the youngest from his party in a couple of hours, and we're going to go straight to the woods for our spooky walk. We usually kind of take torches with us, it's in the dark, and kind of try to scare each other. Sometimes there'll be some hide and seek. The youngest likes to climb up trees so nobody can find him, and then finally we all give up and we're like, where are you? And then you'll just see this light coming from the distance up in the sky, and that's his torch that he's turned on, and he's like, I'm up here. He's very, very good at hiding. Toffee apples I need to do. I usually do like regular toffee apples with the hard toffee on, but I think I might do more like a soft caramel, and then we could have pieces of apples. Ironically, having spent so long cooking apples, I had to go out and buy more apples because I didn't have eating apples. And so I think I might cut those up into bits and then just have like soft caramel to dip. And we'll also do some apple bobbing with some of those as well. That gets very, very competitive in our house, but Hector, our dog, always wins. No one can beat Hector. He is the reigning champion. The packing has been done for our boy who is going away on his adventure week next week. So yeah, we're actually not doing too badly somehow. Only thing is, the place is a complete disaster. I don't know what has happened. I guess because I was out all day yesterday going to visit a university with our two eldest, things just get behind, and yeah, it's like a disaster zone, an absolute disaster zone. But I'm not going to worry about that too much today because we've got lots of fun to have. We're still not sure what film we're going to watch later, but I think we will decide that when we go out on our walk with the dogs. So yeah, so then I wanted to talk to you as well about NaNoWriMo, only 2 days to go. And I have been trying to think of some kind of little treats and rewards that I can give myself. I'm not sure whether I will do them just as kind of like when I hit certain word targets, or whether I would just do them kind of every few days. I think I might do it every few days because I'm not necessarily sure how much I'm going to be able to write each day, and so it might end up that it might be quite a long time between rewards, and I'm not sure that that's going to keep me motivated. So I didn't want to buy a load of stuff because I'm really not someone who likes a lot of stuff for stuff's sake. We have a lot of stuff because we're a family of 6 and we've got pets and we have a lot of interests and we work from home and stuff, but anything that we don't need in the house I tend to like to get rid of. So I didn't just want to buy kind of random stuff. So the rewards that I thought, I did a little list here. So just like a nice little reward which I really, really will enjoy is to watch some episodes of Parks and Rec with my sons. We're really enjoying watching that together. I think we're on about season 3. I don't think that it's as good as The Office, I have to say, although some of my boys would disagree with me there. But yeah, I am really, really enjoying it. And while I'm watching that, I'm going to do some knitting. I'm knitting some coats for rescue dogs. At the moment, a charity put a call out and provided some patterns. So that's what I'm doing. I'm not getting through them very quickly because I think I chose like the biggest one. I don't know, I mean, it's like a dire wolf that I seem to be making this coat for. It's going to be enormous, but it looks really nice. It's like, but the wool is really cool. There's lots of different types of blue. So that looks really good and I'm enjoying doing that. So that will be a little treat. Once a week, usually on Mondays, I like to do date nights with my husband. So that's a definite treat that I want to keep up. And I think I would definitely have to have a proper pudding for all of those. That's, you know, that's non-negotiable there. We've got to have a proper pudding. A dog walk at the weekend with the family. I mean, obviously I walk the dogs every day, but at the weekend, if the weather's not too terrible, we do like to go out for like a decent walk, go to a nice woodlands or down to a lovely beach or something like that and walk for a few hours. So that will be a really nice reward, especially if we get to go to the seaside, because that is definitely my happy place, a deserted beach with my dogs playing around. Yeah, I am completely happy there. The other thing that I thought I might treat myself to is doing some baking. I absolutely love baking and also eating the cakes and biscuits that I make. I haven't been able to do as much as I usually do. So I want to try kind of once a week to bake something, maybe with my youngest, because he really enjoys baking with me. We went through a stage a couple of years ago of watching the Bake Off together and got a little bit obsessed. And yeah, that would just be really nice. It would be a nice time to spend with him. And then obviously I get to eat the cake afterwards. The other thing is my sewing group on a Thursday. I am hoping to continue doing that during NaNoWriMo, but if I do get too behind, then it might have to be dropped. But I do want to see that as a reward, because that really is kind of stepping away from writing and, you know, housework and everything else, and just going and doing something completely for me. So yeah, I think that that would be, yeah, a really nice set of rewards, and no more stuff coming into the house. So we like this. Except for like cake ingredients, I guess, but they'll get used up. They will disappear quite quickly. The other thing that I wanted to be aware of is that I make sure that I take some time for some self-care, because I know that it's really easy to get a little bit caught up and end up in a kind of toxic productivity spiral where we're just so busy and trying to do so much that we don't end up achieving as much because we're too stressed and we're just not as creative as we could be. So every day I want to be doing just 10 minutes of mindfulness before going to bed. I do tend to do that now, so that's really easy to fit in. It's kind of already one of my habits that I fit in before going to bed, so that's an easy one. Also 10 minutes of yoga or stretching every day. This is something, again, that I do usually do, but it is one that definitely falls to the wayside if I'm tired or if I'm very busy, which is silly because it's only 10 minutes. So, you know, I should be able to do that, no problem. It's more a case of making myself do it. Another thing that I want to make sure that I do probably every day, but maybe not every day because we do have lots of things that we do in the evenings often, but is to read Howl's Moving Castle to my youngest. And we started this just the other day and we're really enjoying it together. So yeah, that would be lovely because that's just kind of, again, it's stepping away from everything, stopping, thinking about writing and how much I've got to do and everything, and also about the mundane day-to-day stuff, and just sitting down with him, having a cuddle and enjoying this really good story. We're thoroughly enjoying that. And then the other one, it kind of has to be done anyway, is going out with the dogs, although I could get my sons to walk the dogs, and I would do if I was really stuck for time. But ideally, I do like to walk them myself. I do try to get 10,000 steps in every day. And obviously, I'm not really going to do that if I ain't walking the dogs, because there's only so much I'm going to be walking around and around the house as I just kind of make my way from the kettle for a cup of tea back to the dining room table to get back with writing. So yeah, let me know if you have got any kind of self-care stuff that you're going to be trying to do during Nano, and what rewards you are going to be giving yourself, because I would love to hear what you're all up to. I am going to get this pork belly cooking now, and then when I've done that I will hop it in the dining room, and I'm just going to show you the kind of equipment that I'm going to be using for NaNoWriMo. It's not anything particularly fancy at all. Like I say, I'm really not into having like a lot of stuff, and I'm definitely not into having a lot of technology, so it's not going to be particularly fancy or anything, but I think it's interesting to see how authors work and what they use. So I hope you'll enjoy that. I'll see you again in a little while. Hello again. I finally sat down with a cup of tea. I can't be too long chatting to you though, because I've got the caramel cooking and I don't want it to burn. So these are what I would consider to be the essentials for me to be able to do NaNoWriMo this year. So first of all, this is important. English breakfast tea bags, absolutely essential. Could not work without those. And Lavazza coffee. This is the decaffeinated one, and it's what I usually drink because caffeinated coffee just makes me really anxious and jittery. But here's a little tip from a friend of mine. If you just need that little pick-me-up, but you don't want the whole bit of coffee, just do a half and half. Just do half caffeinated, half decaffeinated, and it would just give you enough to, you know, give you that little bit of a buzz. That's a good tip. And then I don't tend to snack too much, so I wouldn't have loads of snacks in usually, but I do really like these sweets. I made sure that I had a packet of these in. These are the Tangy Watermelon Luxury Gummy Candies. They are from Aldi's. They're vegan actually. They're like the Aldi's versions of the Candy Kitten sweets. The Candy Kitten ones are better, let's be honest, but they're like 3 times the price, so these are pretty good. Then for actual equipment, the main thing that I will be using for my writing is my trusty Google Chromebook. It's fine. I wouldn't say it's brilliant. I wouldn't necessarily recommend it to anyone, but I'm very clumsy, so I didn't want to spend a fortune buying a really nice laptop, because knowing me, I drop it down the stairs. It's kind of got everything that I need. It's a little bit annoying having to use Google Docs and then change it into a Word document, and when my editor sends me edits, I have to go and use one of the other laptops in the house because I'm not able to do the edits on that. But it is lightweight and it does mainly everything that I need, and it'll be absolutely fine for Nano. You know, I said that I don't tend to use a lot of technology and I don't like a lot of stuff, so I will just literally be using Google Docs right now in Google Docs. Yeah, so then I've also got my writing notebook, which is where I have been doing all my planning. Lots and lots of planning has been going on. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. I always plan, but I've done a lot of really thinking about the characters, thinking about their backgrounds, thinking about the world that they live in, more so than I normally would before I start writing. Usually it's just the actual storyline which I plan. So it's going to be interesting to see how well that goes. Obviously, pens. Why is it, riddle me this, why is it like the cheapest pens that you get for free that are the best? This is a brilliant pen, and this was free from Cardiff Business School when we went there a few weeks ago. It's a brilliant pen. Lots of pens. I'm also going to be using many Post-its. I am the Post-it queen. Love me a Post-it. And also some of these, I call them revision cards, record cards. I'm not sure what the official name is, but what Paris wiggling around under the table there. You going to stop? Yeah, I think he's going back to sleep. What I thought I would do is each day before I begin writing, I would write down the scenes and what's going to happen in them that I'm going to be writing, so that I've just got it really handily right. Like, this is the scene I'm writing now, this is who's in it, this is what's going to happen. That was a little tip that I saw somewhere, so I'm going to be trying that. And the 2 books which I'm going to be keeping close by at all times are Romancing the Beat and Save the Cat Writes a Novel. I've spoken about both of these quite a lot. They're both unbelievably useful for making sure that your story has those ups and downs and flows properly and gives the reader a satisfactory ending at the right time. So yeah, I think that's it. Like I say, I'm pretty simple. I don't need a lot of stuff. I am quite nervous, but I know that there's no need to be. If I don't manage to win Nano, you know, I will have still written more than I would have without attempting to. So it's still a win-win, really. Yeah, let me know if you guys are doing Nano. If you have a YouTube channel and you're going to be following your progress during Nano, please make sure that you pop a link down in the comments so that I can make sure that I'm subscribed and that I follow along. I am going to be doing some sprints definitely during Nano. I'm not sure when yet, but I will make sure that I get them up nice and early so that you know where they are if you would like to join me for those. And if you have any tips at all for doing lives, because I've never done a live before. So yeah, I'm a little nervous, but I'm sure it will be fine. I know that StreamYard is supposed to be very good, but I'm kind of reluctant to bring in like another bit of technology. I'm kind of feeling, is that just making it more complicated, or am I just being daft? I don't know. Yeah, let me know if you've got any tips or tricks for me. I would really appreciate it. In the description below, I will also make sure that I link a playlist that I've put together. I have a Facebook group for AuthorTubers. It's called AuthorTubers Helping AuthorTubers. It's a really lovely little group, and everybody's just so supportive of each other. There were a few of us who have been doing some Preptober videos, so I put them together in a little playlist, and you never know, you might find a new YouTuber to help support you during your own nano journey, so make sure that you check that out. I am going to go and check on this caramel now. Thank you so much for watching. Please consider subscribing if you haven't already. Oh, and do make sure as well that you follow me on the NaNoWriMo website. I don't really know very much about it. I think I'm just like Emma Bennet on there. There's a picture of me, so it should be pretty obvious. If you can't find me, then again, stick something down in the comments and I'll make sure that we can be friends on there, because it'd be really nice to have like a little support community going on over there. Anyway, I will catch you in the next one, and best of luck if you are doing NaNoWriMo.